Bolts Nation, welcome to another episode of the Bolts Block Party podcast. I already can tell this is going to be a fun one when you've got these two guys.
36, 37. It follows. See? It's awesome.
Andre Waugh, Brad Lukowich, two legends here as we celebrate 30 years of Tampa Bay Lightning hockey.
Yeah.
Legends. No, I'm going to say legends. You guys are both legends. I mean, you were part of a legendary time here for our Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe you said Andre is one of your favorite players ever. I do believe you were quoted as saying that.
Correct.
Okay. And I could tell.
He might be my favorite player.
Is that
ever.
why?
Like even today.
To this day.
It's just
To
because
this
I'm
day.
here you're saying that.
No, he said that unprovoked in another interview.
Really?
Correct.
Oh, thank you.
It's just
The bromance.
you're right here, bro.
Yeah, I love you, man.
Well, I saw you guys at Topgolf, and you guys were all over the social landscape with your bro hug. It looked like you hopped on him. And, I mean, what was that moment like? Or was it just the first time you saw him in a while, or like
been a while.
Yeah,
Really?
we have last time we saw each other, I think, was it the reunion cup here? Where I went out and I
Oh my God! Okay, so
Yeah.
wait, can we revisit that? Because when you came out onto I'll never forget that. I'm like, is he just that old that he doesn't know how to skate anymore?
You're not the only
or
one.
is like what's happening? Because do you remember that
Well,
when he
the
skated?
first thing is they went out and got rental skates that like some guys were
The
wearing like a
Edmund.
size 9 on their left foot, a 12 on their right foot.
Okay.
Razor was sitting there and he's like slamming him against the cement. So like that's why all the guys were going. We couldn't stop.
Okay.
So if you watch all the guys going out like this, it's because
Especially
of the
this one.
skates.
Okay.
So then he looks right before he goes out. He goes, "Luke, should I do something?" I'm like,
No, you tell me you won't do anything. I was like, watch me. Challenge accepted. But I gotta say, we had that little beers. We played golf, or we did something
Yeah, we
in the
had-
daytime, so we were a little happy.
We were
That's
happy.
That's
We were
okay.
happy.
Okay.
And they were, I think, no, it was Prater there. Anyways, they're like, pretend you're gonna fall. I was like, I'll do better than that. I'll do the beer league skate. Like I can't skate anymore, you know. Yeah. I do it once in a while in practice. So as I jumped on and did that, and I'm just like waving to the fans.
Yes.
The Twitter blew up.
Yeah.
My account, like people.
mine was going off on the ice. I was
My
like,
name
"Geez."
was trending. Like everybody's like, "Oh my
wrong with this guy?
God, what happened? Did he get in an? Did he get
Andre
injured?
okay?
Did he have a
Like
stroke?
people were
Did he-
generally
People
concerned.
were
They were generally
It was
concerned that he had
crazy.
like broken
And
his
I was
back or
just- I
something.
was just being silly. And the next day, I remember in my beer where I play back home, my
Yeah.
pickup league with
Yeah.
the boys.
Yeah.
I did a video of me skating back and forth
So they could see him.
I can skate, people, and I posted it just so people see I can play. People are like, "Oh my, he can't play. This guy can't skate.
Yeah.
What happened?
You
Did
sold
he
us.
get hit by a car?"
Yeah.
But-
You sold
So,
us.
Yeah,
You sold
exactly.
us. It's a great moment, man.
I'm
Well-
still a great player. I should be in a Hall of Fame, but it'll come.
In due time, why don't you have your own podcast?
Yeah, I should. It's funny. A lot of people said that to me. Like I've been on so many podcasts.
You need
People
your
always
own.
ask me, like, "Can you come on my podcast?" But I feel I'm repeating myself. Stories,
Right.
The stories I share, you know. And so it's not that I don't want to do it with people, but I kind of took a little break of podcast. But people did. You should have your own show. I just need a good partner with me, somebody to get me going.
I mean,
maybe,
you are his favorite
yeah.
player. Maybe
Yeah, we
could
the
do it.
bromance
We
can
could do
actually
it, eh?
happen. And what would we call that show? Walking.
Wazzy and Luca will just sit here and listen to him tell stories the whole time, and I'll just go, "Yeah, Wazzy."
Yeah, and then we could play a little, like I play guitar.
I
We
know,
could
and
do
you
stuff
play. You
like
play
that.
too, don't you?
I'm getting
play?
back into it. Yeah.
And then Dinger, he played drums. So
Dinger's-
why?
yeah.
Where's the
Dinger's-
band? Are we going to get the band back together? Why didn't
We could do that.
Why wasn't there ever a band formed if you guys legitimately know how to play music? I
We
feel
would-
like there's
we would
something.
play a
I'm
little
not-
bit.
I'm okay.
You're-
I know the chords enough to just play a couple songs,
Okay.
but I'm
Yeah.
not.
Like, you're more
And he
into
makes
it.
up his own words. They're really
I
good.
mean, we know that
Exactly.
too.
everybody else
because
does.
I suck
Tom
with
Petty didn't
lyrics.
say that.
I know all the how it goes. Like let's say, "'Cause I'm free."
Okay.
Here comes Tom Petty.
Free fall.
That was
then I
excellent.
don't know the rest of the
Wasn't
lyrics.
it good? You can hold a tune, brother.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't know the rest
So
of the
why do
lyrics,
you-
so I would make up words and.
Oh yeah, and they
And
got
so-
even better. He was kind of like Weird Al.
Yeah.
Weird Wah.
Weird Wah.
If you go there. I really do think you need your own podcast. I just think that
Is there money I can make money with?
you
this,
can
think?
because
Yeah.
you can get sponsors. You can get a beer sponsor. You know, you can anything that you're into.
You get an Aquafina
You can get an
sponsor.
Aquafina
Yeah,
sponsorship.
reach out to me.
Hit them up.
Yeah,
Walk
hit
and
me
roll,
up.
baby. All right,
Anybody
so
interested? Your company's gonna go like this, Luke. Right?
I believe that
yeah,
wholeheartedly.
I agree.
I believe that. So you guys, what have you been doing? This guy, Chuck.
Chug.
He's still reeling from Top Golf last night. We can tell it's all right.
Score!
Nice shot, man. What have you been up to, Wah? I mean, we know kind of what Brad's been doing. We'll get into his stuff, but what have you been up to since I want the real deal. You know, I know you proposed with the Stanley Cup tier. Where has life taken you? Yeah. Is that true? That story where you proposed?
Yeah. I'm the first one to do it. So romantic, eh?
So take us back to that moment. So you proposed to your wife with the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, who says tough guys can't be romantic, right?
Okay.
No, yeah, so it was 04. We won the Cup. We have the day.
Day with the Cup.
We have a day with a Cup, so it goes by quick. You have to have everything structured and organized. So I had a buddy of mine who... because he passed now, but he was on TV back then, knew a lot of people. So he said, I'm going to take care of your day anyways. I started with my Cup. I did only family, my brothers, their kids, and their girlfriends. So it was strictly just my mom, dad, brothers here, 2 hours there. From there, golf course by my house.
Yep.
Helicopter showed up. And I didn't know about it. And that was a surprise. It was Guy Lafleur, the pilot. He had a license. So Guy Lafleur, hockey legend with the Montreal Canadiens, whatever. He's the pilot. I'm like, oh my God, what's you coming with us? He's like, I'm the pilot. I was like, no way. So anyways, and I had in mind to propose to the wife because we just won the Cup, and I just wanted to keep going, and it was something I had in my mind, so I just decided to, with my buddy, how am I going to do it? Just put it in the Cup. So anyway, so I brought the little box with the ring in it, and we had the Cup in the helicopter. And she obviously was kind of looking outside. I don't want to be sick. I don't want. So I was like, hey, look, there's something in the Cup now. Now leave me alone. I don't feel good. I was like, look in the Cup. Seriously, I'm not feeling too good. I was like, look in the damn Cup. There's something for you. So she's like, settle down.
Oh my God.
So she's like, what is that? It's a present. It's a present for you. The present for you, honey. So she's like, open it. She thought it was maybe earrings or something, so she opened it, and I was like, yeah.
It's real.
Would you marry me? I know I'm a little psychotic and concussed, but would you still marry me, honey? She's like, I'll try. Let's give it a try. And so here we are. We're still,
Wow.
She's done it. She's been good. But from there to my hometown, 2 hours, nice. Mont Tremblant, which is like BAM for Aspen or whatever. It's a big tourist there thing. And I rented a bar there where all the family, friends, people with a band there for... We're 150, 200 people in that bar there drinking, having a good time till 3, 4 a.m. So, it was a good time. But it goes by so fast. I don't know about you. What did you do?
What was your day with the Cup like?
Oh, man. I had a restaurant back then, so I basically rented out my own place. But I had a little concert.
Who'd you bring in?
My buddies that they were out of Vancouver, called Stand Down.
Okay.
Just a bunch of guys, they're awesome guys that came out. But we basically, my dad was drove a truck in town.
Okay.
He was worked for Dairyland, and when I was a kid, I used to go on his runs with him and deliver milk with him. So first thing we did is we actually did the milk run. Wow. Went over because I was a little kid. I got to know these guys, go in their stores, and so I basically just towed it around with him. And
that's awesome.
We went and took it to meet the guys that used to drive the Zamboni. Those first guys that you went back to, and then around noon just kind of went. Then I went to the rink actually, where I had a little autograph session out there, and then I had my bar. So we had like two different groups because I think we could have like 300 people in the bar at one time, and the fire marshal was literally standing at the door.
Yeah,
and but I had a little. So those guys that played there, then they came and they did a little acoustic set there, and we had like I think it was like a 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock was kind of like the kids could come in, and then at 9 o'clock it was adults only basically, and get out of here.
Yeah,
and it was just an awesome party. And at about it was about midnight, 1 o'clock, just about to shut her down, take it to the hotel. We had about he was leaving I think at 6 a.m. so we had a couple hours left, but you literally go right to the 6 a.m. and just about to leave, and I look over at the door, and it opens up, and this big dude comes in with a mohawk like this, and it was 3 days grace.
No way.
The craziest thing is they had actually played the night before in San Jose.
Wow.
Saw that I had the cup. Like we were, I'm sorry, man. Sorry we can't make it. That's too bad. And as soon as they got off the stage, they actually drove through the night, all through the day.
Just
showed up. They were there for 3 hours. They turned around and drove to Portland and played in Portland that night.
What?
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, their bus driver and their tour manager were like switching off driving.
Just so they could get to you.
There. And they actually got up. When they got there, eventually they told us, they're like, yeah, he goes, and we would have been here like 2 hours ago, but we got a flat tire.
Oh my God.
So they were sitting on the side of the road. Yeah.
So they didn't take a flight because it was too
No.
late.
Yeah,
after their show,
they had their tour
They
bus.
couldn't
Yeah.
yeah.
That is remarkable.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't sing, eh?
No, they just showed up.
Yeah.
We hung out, and when we saw them, we're like, well, let's still leave. Let's get out of here. And go. So we took off to the hotel and had a little private room there with those guys. And
Awesome.
so
cool,
much fun.
man. You
But
guys-
that day with the cup, eh?
Oh,
it's
so
a
fast.
tough day
It's
too,
like
eh?
this.
Is it tough on the body? Like
just
autograph
go,
picture, talking to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
at like 5 o'clock, we did go back. We went from the rink where we had the concert to the bar. We had 1 hour we were going to go and change, and we went to the hotel. And the cup guy's like, "Isn't this nice?" We're like, "What?" He goes, "Isn't this so nice?
Right.
It's your day.
Right.
If you want to just."
Hang out
Call
with
it a
the cup,
day,
right.
and I'll just go to my room and have a good sleep. And I'm looking at him like, there's 600 people waiting at the bar, man.
exactly.
Like, there's a
What are you
line up
talking
out
about?
the door.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't happening.
The cup guy at the end of the night in the bar, he's like this. He's
Pass
sleeping
out.
on a bar stool because the night
Yeah.
before he was with Lecavalier in Montreal. The night before, I don't know where he was, but it was around 2:33. I look over, he's at the
Yeah.
bar like this.
Yeah.
Poor dude, man. That's a tough gig. I mean, you gotta think
Heck
like,
yeah.
I mean, you're consistently on the move
He's
because
passed out,
it's only
yeah.
a part. You only have so much time with that, man.
yeah.
So both of you guys have your own stat, if you will, in the Lightning history books. I guess we can call it your claim to fame. I'll start with Brad because we already know where Andres is at. So did you know you are still tied for the third highest plus minus in a season by a defenseman in Lightning history with plus 29 in the 03-04 season?
Level.
Still
Level.
on the
that's
books,
good.
man.
Thank you.
And we were
I had a good partner.
average team, eh?
You were
Okay that
We
year.
had a pretty good. I had a pretty good partner though, and our goaltending was pretty stinking good. So
Yeah.
I got on the ice some pretty opportune
Who were
moments.
you with, Boyle?
Danielle Boyle.
Danielle Boyle and
Yeah.
Hobby in the back there.
And
So
Abby
it's-
and Grammer were
And
just
Grammer.
freaking bricks back there. It was awesome.
Have you ever heard from Hobby Bullens like in the last 20 years? Is he?
I didn't even hear from him when we played together. Like,
I just know
hey,
that.
Abby, how you doing? Shut up. He's going to be good tonight. He's going to be really good
He's
tonight.
in the zone.
So listen, Happy, we're all going to Morton's for steak, and you want to come with us? There's about 10 of us. Now I got plans. We show up to Morton's. He's in the corner with a bottle of wine by himself. What is he doing there? Hey, Happy, shut up. All right, good talk. He's in the corner.
Yeah. Just
All
a
right.
recluse, man.
Good talk.
Just
Hey,
a
listen,
recluse.
it worked, right?
does.
I mean,
Goalies
it
are
works.
weird.
It
Oh,
works.
Yeah, and he's
All
a
right.
goalie.
Andre, your claim to fame. You rank second all time in Lightning history for most PIMs at 42 and most misconduct penalties at 13. Congratulations.
And suspensions.
Golf and
And
suspensions.
suspensions. That's
Congrats,
worked hard
man.
for that,
So
though. You
you
worked
did
hard
work
for
hard
that.
for that. So
Congratulations.
you're in Lightning folklore forever
Yeah.
for being that guy, man.
It's a stat, nothing to be proud of, but I had a role I had to do. I know I crossed the line at certain moments, but
Yeah, but
it's part
different
of it's
game.
A tough, yeah,
It was a different game
It was
then.
a tough job. I had to always be wired and ready to whatever happens. And I know sometimes I went a little far, but it doesn't make me a bad guy. But I wish I'd have better stats of a goal, assists, or stuff like that. But
again, you had a
PIMs.
role.
Yeah, I had a role,
And the
yeah.
role played into the overall big
Exactly.
picture, and that got us a Stanley Cup. So,
You're right.
mean,
I think
Gave us a lot of room out there, big guys.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
true. It's true. Like I always am hard on myself on that side, because we don't play much minutes.
Right.
You never get first, second start a game. You go out there, you're you're down 2-0, get in a fight. We come back, we win 3-4-2.
Right.
They'll talk about the goals of the guys, Lecavalier, Fedotenko, the saves of, but you never get credit. So it's tough, as that role. But I understand that on a team, everybody has a role. Everyone's important. And I think in the cup run, you needed that physicality
100%.
at times against Philly. I threw some hits, fought Simon, Brashear. We had some good.
Who was your most favorite fight? Favorite, like the one that you were like, I knocked his block.
You mean my whole career?
I mean, well, I'm just if you had to pick one that really stuck out, like that was my favorite.
I always hold my own. The guys were big, so it's tough to. I knocked out one guy in the American Hockey League, but other than that, NHL, they're all tough. Everybody knows how to fight.
Were you in Fort Wayne?
Yeah,
you were on that
Fort
team.
Wayne, yeah.
You should have seen this team, idiots.
Yeah,
he was the smallest guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we
my
were
God.
pretty tough too.
I think we played you in Kalamazoo.
You had Mel Engelstad.
We
Doug Dole
in the first period. There was like 2 guys left on each bench.
Oh yeah,
we had a line brawl, and then another one.
What age was this?
That was 98.
97, 98.
97, 98.
Oh, yeah.
Way back. But,
and we were all trying to make a name for ourselves, right? So, and then we come up, and they were scary tough. Man, they were tough.
There's a good story, too, from those days. Fort Wayne fans there, they just love fighting and that. But I had Gerard Gallant that coaches the New York Rangers there with Grant Saunier. And back then we had shootouts for tie games, so we'd practice shootouts in practice, and I would actually score a lot. And they put me in games, and I would go out there and score. And one game against Indianapolis, I go out there. They put me out there in a shootout. I go to make my move. I dangle, but the goalie poke checked me, hit my skates. I slide in the boards, so I got up as I skated by. He's like, "Nice move, you dummy." Or dum-dum. I turn around. What the fuck did you do? Whoops. I said, what did you say? I punched him in the mask, dropped my mitts. I started the 2 benches two benches clear. There's a big brawl in a shootout. I started a brawl in a shootout.
There's a new stat.
I punched him. Fans are going wild. I'm punching. I'm beating the shit out of the goalie here, and I see
Were you at
the
home
bench.
or in
at
it?
home?
At
At
home.
home. Fans are going nuts. I'm like the Hanson brothers, no more sweater. I'm coming off the ice, waving to fans. They're like,
"Oh, that's
so
amazing."
I started a brawl in a shootout. It was the 90s, good old days.
I think that's the game that has the most penalty. At one time, it had the most
we
penalty
had
minutes.
I finished with 400 PIMs that year. 395 PIMs exactly that
that's
year
a record.
in the IHL. So Ottawa signed me there. Rick Dudley liked me, so I signed with the Senators there. And I remember coming to camp, people are just looking at stats. They're like, 390.
What is?
Who the fuck is Andre? Who is it? Nobody would come near me. Like all the Radek Bongs, Alexei Yashin, Alfred. They were like, hi, welcome to Ottawa. Hi,
Here's my per diem.
We'd play black and white, but back then, Jacques Martin didn't want us really to fight, but I was there I was like, I'm here to make it. I was running guys left and right. They're like, nobody was coming after me. They're like,
that was scarier. I'll be honest with you. When the coaches would come in and goes, "Hey, we know that what some of you guys can do. We're not here. We know you guys can fight.
Right.
We don't want to see you guys fight." And we were like, "No, we want them to fight. Like, we want them to fight each other because when they're not fighting each other, they're hitting us.
Right. So
and they hit hard. These guys are huge.
Yeah, dude.
They move.
We had that rule in Ottawa, but in Boston, I was drafted by the Boston Bruins before they released me when IHL then Ottawa. But I'm young. I come there. First camp, I'm more impressed seeing Ray Bourque, Adam Oates, Cam Neely that's trying to come back. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here? I didn't feel part of it. Like I was 19, first camp, 18, whatever, And my third year, my last year, there was 4 groups. So the first group just played early in the morning.
Okay.
Pat Burns was the coach, just got named. He comes in the room, and we're all getting dressed everywhere, all the young guys. He's like, you guys, I just watched the game before us, and it's fucking embarrassing. Nobody hitting. You think this is a country club. You're just coming to camp. I better see some stuff out there. You know what you're here for.
Yep.
Show me something.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, hey. So he was chirping the group before us that just played pond hockey. We go out there. Guys are running, hitting. First shift, Aaron Downey and I, you want to go? All right, let's go. It's 9 a.m. I'm going toe-to-toe. Pat Burns was there watching that. That's what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
There was, I think, 5-6 fights in that morning game there. Like then you're in the room.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up,
good.
buddy?
10:30.
You got me good there, right?
10:30.
You got me good right there. You want to go in the shower, talk about it? Let's go.
Let's go, Tim.
Drop the soap. Brokeback Mountain.
The game has certainly changed a little bit, boys, since you guys have played.
We won't put that.
That's
segment. Oh yeah, it's changed. It's changed. Guys are more.
Let's
Do you
change.
think the
We
upside
kind of watched it change. We were
yeah.
like when we would go. You come to the rink. You're on the ice at 10. Work out at about 11. Be done, bro. You know, depending on if you're gonna do video or not. You're out of here by 12, 1 o'clock.
Sure.
We go straight to somewhere and eat. Like
Right.
we Hat Tricks around the corner.
Yep.
That was our spot. We're
Yep.
gonna go to Hat Tricks. Or if we're in Brandon, go over to Hooters.
Yep.
Or,
On
some
the road, too,
or get
on
some barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. We got
Barbecue.
beef, fish, chicken.
And then, and on the road it's the same way.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
guys.
you're on the road, you have that pregame skate. We go right up. Nowadays, it's kind of like slap shot. They're bringing.
Hey, let's
they're
go
bringing
play
their
Fortnite.
Toys. Yeah, they're
Hey,
like,
let's play Fortnite.
Fortnite. We got our
I
computers.
got my
and their-
PS5. You want to play? Sure.
They don't leave their roots.
Have a beer. Come on.
But it
Go
all,
see some titties. You're in Montreal. Come on, kid. But
they'd rather play Grand Theft Auto. They don't have to. They can do the same thing. Just go out in Montreal, but they're not out in Montreal.
But
Like,
Different
really?
generation,
I
boys.
heard it's a different
nuts.
generation.
But again, you got to think of them too. The celebrity side of it, now with cameras.
With
So,
phones,
well,
yeah, that's
social
the
media
thing.
didn't exist when you guys played.
100%.
Like everybody's
It's
their
true.
own brand now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the game is, like you said, the game is more about
tough.
speed now. It's not. I mean, there's still some toughness. I mean, the enforcer role. I think teams still have an enforcer on the team, but it's not emphasized. I feel like
Exactly.
Pat Maroon's our guy.
Yeah,
You know, Tanner Jeannot's
tough.
another one.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
comes in, and I feel like if you're going to have that well-rounded team to make it deep in a playoff run, you have to have that completely
I
well-rounded
agree.
team with those individuals. You
But
guys,
they got to be playing. They be able to play though. Like like Ryan
There's-
Reeves, Tom Wilson in Washington. I like him. He's tough to play against.
gritty.
Can fight.
Well, actually, Dallas just got that Max Domi, and he's been a great add to Dallas. He brings
Domi,
a little bit of grit to
Agreed,
that bottom
yeah.
end there, and he's making good plays.
Yeah,
So
and it's not always about fighting
Right,
nowadays.
right.
Like you
It's
said.
not,
Yeah,
right.
play
It's a-
hard, be
play
in your
hard,
face,
but
and
hard to play
finish
against.
your
Those
hit.
Chris Neals,
Yeah.
like those Chris Neal,
Oh, he-
good on Ottawa
yeah.
too by putting him in the rafters.
Yeah.
Like what a
Oh,
guy!
yeah.
He did this to me, man. He gave me like 50 stitches here. He opened my head up.
yeah, I can see that right up there. Dude. That's a
One of
solid
those, one of those,
scar.
one of those two,
Little Irish kid,
two
eh?
liners,
Stocky.
but it was a hit.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like,
Busted you right
he
open.
freaking hammered me. And I knew it was coming
he hit
too. I had to
hard.
make a pass to Fedotenko. We had the 2-line pass rule back
Yep.
when we
Okay.
were starting, right? So
Yeah, he hit hard.
I put my foot over the blue line to nullify the 2-line. I made that pass, and he was right here, and he hit me. My head came down on the dasher, and I got up, and I was like, "Oh, it's him."
We got a bleeder.
Oh, gee, it was like it
Gash.
was. So wound up getting I think I got like 11 staples, and
Did you come
wound up
back in
getting
the
like
game?
40. No, I was done.
He was dead.
I was done. I look like Rocky Balboa. Here's another stat for you. I had like 120 stitches in my face that one year. Oh my God. I would be in practice and like a guy would hit a crossbar, the
And
puck would go right up
and
like
hit
this,
you.
and I'd be playing a one-on-one, and all of a sudden, bink, I'm like, oh. Like coaches, no one, the guys wouldn't even stand beside me
'Cause they knew
during
you were
practice.
bad
like,
luck.
Bad
luck, Brad.
Luke, you gotta wait for me, man. Like, don't worry, it will hit me. It'll
But
be good.
hockey players are tough for that. Like we get injured, stitched up, whatever.
Right back
a lot
out.
of time,
Yeah.
guys will come back and play.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
were talking to Bugsy about that when he
Yeah.
took, in the playoffs, he got messed up, got a puck to his face, gashed,
yeah.
came back in the game. Stammer took
Yeah.
that puck right to the face,
Oh, yeah.
puts the cage on, comes back out and finishes the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on, boys, let's go. Hey, we're down by 1. Let's go.
Yeah.
What happened to your face? Don't worry about it. I'm good, guys.
Yeah.
But
I swear the movie Goon was made about you, Andre. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
movie's
yeah.
literally made about you,
I was
man.
better than him, though.
Yeah,
That
you were
guy-
better than him.
He was tough, though, that kid.
Listen,
that guy
I know
was-
both of you guys probably have a good Marty or Vinny story. I know the one that you've told on other podcasts, and we don't need to go over the apron and the cookie and the cookie in the rear end. Like, we don't need to go into that one. But what's another? Because obviously we're celebrating 30 years of Lightning hockey. You guys play with both Vinny and Marty, but do you guys have a good story about Vinny and or Marty? I think I hear more stories about Marty and stuff that has happened to Marty, or just his demeanor with getting on the plane, like after that game 7 you talked about, or after that game 6 and the morale was low. Like, I've heard things, but like, is there anything, any other story? I mean, obviously we still see the photos of you guys in the locker room after winning the cup, and Marty's on the table getting stitched up, and you're pouring beers in his mouth. Like, I mean,
good old days. Marty's a guy that likes to laugh, and he goes
fun.
quite a bit. He likes the fun stuff. Like, I know we see him; he's always serious and interviews that, but behind that closed door, he laughs. He loves it, but real quick like this.
Vinny he's just so quiet.
Yeah, Vinny,
he's real quiet.
More. But he can laugh too, you know. But he was more in his.
When Vinny did something that was funny, it was like totally by accident, but it was really funny.
Well, the thing
I pulled him into the back of the rink the one time for practice, and he's out in front of me, and I'm following him, and it's not necessarily funny, but it's one of those things that he did, and just kind of non-reaction was. So I pull in it, and he's got a Hummer, and I pull in right behind him, and I'm sitting in my Hummer, or I'm sitting in my car, and I just see the reverse lights come on, and he's coming back, and he just drove over my car. He backed right in.
Couldn't see your car.
Couldn't see my car. He just didn't. He was just like, and then parks and gets out and just goes in there.
What's your problem?
I'm sitting there like,
did you see me?
I'm thinking he's getting out to come and say, "Oh my God, sorry," and maybe I'll pull ahead and move. No, he got out and just started walking in. I'm like, is this for real right now? Like, he's that?
Is this a prank? Like
that? He's that over here right now?
Then
I'm like, Vinny. That's what I was like, Vinny. He's like, oh, I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
We'll take care of it after. Yeah, didn't even. And then sure enough, we went in and goes in the rink. I'm like, so we didn't even move.
We just leave my car parked. Your car parked on mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The valet guys had they really. But
it's more, stories like, let's say, stuff. I'd be at Morton, a good steakhouse. We're all eating, like we're all there waiting, having wine. Let's say I would get up and just go in the back, and I would come back with the tray and and put plates. I'd ask our waiter, can I just go, and I just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I'd come. Even if he had an apron or those jackets and steakhouse, I would put it on. Hi guys, who'd order the filet mignon? You guys would turn around. Hey, what are you doing? Just stuff like that. They love to. That's me. I even the tray that they put the thing on it that folds like a crossway.
The little the tray. Right there,
Sometimes I would get up, and just use it as a walker in the restaurant and go around tables. Like walk with they would love shit, like just stuff like that.
I love it, man.
And Vinny, so there's probably so much stuff. People tell me stories more than I know stories that they're all. I forget
That's
about
what
all
these
this
are good
stuff.
for. These get-togethers, though.
Like, remember when you? I was like,
I totally forgot about that.
Exactly.
I think I said that 10 times last night. It's like, that was you. Oh, okay, I remember that.
Luke, we would travel together. We live next to each other, and sometimes we'd come in so late. He's like, just grab the vet and pick me up tomorrow. So I grabbed the vet from his house. Just go ahead. I'd go and turn the corner.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, he was before this time, man.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure we could tell stories all day long. So what do you both feel about Marty that's going to make him a good coach in the National Hockey League?
Yeah. I was just sharing that story how when they name him, people, the reaction, especially Montreal, it's a hockey market.
Yeah.
You have some people that are almost
Delusional?
too fan.
Fans.
Yeah,
Super
you have the good and the extreme fans, whatever. But when Marty got named, people kind of laughed about the decision of the Habs because the guy never coached. You know, it doesn't mean because he was a good player. You look at Wayne Gretzky, you know, as a coach, he didn't have the success he had as a player. So I think people were he was coaching his son in Pee Wee, didn't prove anything. And now a year later, people are all praising him. Wow, he's done some amazing stuff. I think he's very good to communicate with guys like Cole Caulfield. He's a sniper goal scorer. He had 1 goal, and I'm not blaming Dominic Ducharme. That was the coach before him.
Sure.
He had only 1 goal in 30 games. Marty showed up. He scored 24 goals the rest in that season. So he did some good stuff. Just his approach, the way. Everybody, from what I heard, he's good. Everybody knows their role with Marty. You know, he's that type of guy. He'll let you know how what he wants, he expects from you, but he'll explain it to you. Take the time, and I think that's how it is nowadays. It's not about screaming and like I know the old days, the older coaches, they would give us crap and just tear you apart in a video or whatever, and then you feel like, oh, okay, I'm a shitty player, you know. But
but when that happened, guys like Marty would be the guy would come in and be like, "Hey, man, like you guy kind of got beat up in video today, but you know, let's go have a beer and talk about it." You know, that's why Marty was so good.
Yeah, that's true.
He made us better in the room, like that. He was a really good room guy.
Exactly.
You don't see fans don't know that stuff.
That's what I'm saying,
fans see the end result. They always see the end result, and the end result is a game.
Right.
You don't see the process. And a guy like Marty would come in. You come here. He's the first guy here. Well, Marty's been here for 3 hours. He's been in the room talking to Torts. Like,
right.
Well, what was that about? Well, because we were kind of going into more of a defensive style of game, and we were so aggressive at the beginning. We were so push. Right. About halfway through the season, we started to sit back a little bit, and teams were starting to take advantage of us. Marty marched straight in the door and was like, "Man, we can't do this. Let's get back to the way we were doing it. Let's be aggressive. Let's go at it." And I think that was when the back-to-backs against Pittsburgh, and we went out going into Pittsburgh. I think it was 5-0 in the first 2 minutes. Like we just spanked them, and we actually went out and had beers with the guys after the game, and they were like, what happened? We were like, well, we had a little chat. Marty was, had a little chat with it, and we decided to go back to the aggressive. We were not expecting that, but we'll be a different team tomorrow. We spanked them again.
Leadership.
Yeah,
I mean,
great leader. Fantastic.
And Marty, when he had an issue with Torts, he already had to go and solve the problem. Us, like he would yell at me, blah, blah, I'd go home, go golfing.
Whatever.
Him,
he would address it.
He can't have it. Yeah, he has to address it right away, and that's the type.
He'd follow him out.
You're right. Yeah,
he'd get up right there, and you could just tell. Ooh, here they go.
Yeah,
so we all go in the corner. We'd all be like this to the ball.
Yeah, but you said that, Luke, and I remember it just came back to me one time also on the plane. I didn't play. I think I played one shift. The game before I was scratched. My morale was really, I was bummed out. Marty came, sat with me a good hour just talking. Andre, you're a good player. Don't be hard on yourself. You're important. The stuff he started saying to me, and I was like, Marty, he didn't have to do that, but he came, sat with me, and it felt good just to see one of my teammates appreciate what I brought to the team, because, like I said earlier, it can be tough at times.
He can find the good in anything. He's an amazing guy. He really is, and he just hammers it when he does.
It's awesome. So that is all right. Listen, guys. I know you've been schlepped around this entire week, and I know you guys want to take a little power nap before the festivities, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But I know our Bolts Nation sure as hell appreciated this episode of the Bolts Block Party. You guys are amazing. Andre Waugh, Brad Lukowich,
thank you so much.
04 champs. We appreciate you being here on the Bolts Block Party, and we'll be back in another episode very soon. Thank you, guys.